familiar spot here. Sorry for okay. Let me just start with the classic YouTube apology video side. I have nothing to apologize. Well, obviously, I've been uploading content for a while, but for good reasons. We have some neighbors around here. They are, crowded and loudy, and I couldn't find a private place to do it, and that's my one and only big explanation for this. The second one is also a big explanation, is my camera. You can see there's a difference in there. It's a bit shiny here. You can see my quality. You can see this. You can see that without being, on the light. But anyways, yeah. A few days ago, my phone cracked untotal because I accidentally dropped it. I know, my fault. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's one of the big mistakes I did, and I couldn't record obviously because this is my only recording thing. That's all I have to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, we're going back to content. I was supposed to make another video about the scam. About a scam about weapons, but as you know, a few weeks ago, or maybe like a week ago, I promised you Samurai Week, where we discuss about weapons, samurais, conspiracies, and hoopla and reviews on samurai-based video games. I'm sorry I have to record this outside because it's the only thing I can record, but I was also doing this, so let me explain for the video today. As you know, samurai has many kinds of weapons. Obviously, swords aren't the main weapon, but there were also spears, of course. Now you might be wondering, these aren't spears and swords, these are PVC pipes. Well, that's the other reason why I have to show you. I've been buying a lot of PVC pipes and incinerators or gaps, whatever they call it, because I wanted to make a stand, an armor stand for my samurai armor that I made, Yoroi, and one for my bow stand. Or they could just both share because they're literally just the same. So anyways, I'm going to make that. While I'm making that, I then realized that a few weeks. Let's go back to a few weeks ago. I was going at Kendo practice. Well, my friend, I bring this katana stand, like five racks, about like 5 points high, and then you thought like, hey, this could be like a jabbing weapon or like a thrusting weapon, and then like a shredding weapon, a tearing weapon, and a catching weapon, and then we were creating like more ideas to do it, and like, well, this is right, this is a good idea for weapons. And I realized that could have been a great video if only I put it back to normal. Didn't put it back to normal, I just screwed it back and I don't want to unscrew it again. But anyways, then I bought these to make my armored bow stand. And I realized that I can make it to a weapon in this. So today, I guess this is weapons analytics or improvised weapons Saturday. So let's start from the first one. Obviously, let's figure this is a long pole pipe, a yari, a spear. It's good, right? It's good. But then I bought this 3-piece thingy. I forgot what it's called. Accelerator. Then I realized, it kind of looks like a tiny hammer, only in a big long pipe. So I was thinking, maybe this was effective. Like, since the end of this is hard, the end of this is heavier than the edge, it could be like a really long bludgeoning weapon. It can also be like a pushing weapon right here. So that would be pretty cool. And obviously I tested on this guy, on my Yoroi armor. So we're gonna do that right now. Now I don't know if YouTube's gonna take lightly on this, but I'm gonna try hitting it, as much as possible with my staff techniques. I'm not a staff fighter or something, but I'll do my best. So if you don't know, the armor's right here, and I'm going to hit it with this bludgeoning, somewhat like mini hammer from Amy's hammer from Sonic Hedgehog. We're gonna do that. You're gonna be my eyewitness. I might have to censor that. You're just not allowed to look at that. Oh. Just imagine you're an actual person getting hit with a stick. Like that. Alright, now let's press. Yeah, it can be like a good pushing. Oh. Actually, this is a good idea to make a video so you can see what the impact is instead of dropping. So I'm gonna stay you guys there. Now we're gonna try it on this side. This time I'm gonna put the armor here because I tried to hit. That was pretty good. So let's hit it as hard as I can with the blunt and the. So it's a really good, bludgeoning weapon because how heavy it is. Obviously, the impact of the force, physics, whatnot, will make this hit harder. And this thing can probably push it on the edge. So that's my, experiment. So this is a good clubbing weapon if I wanted to club someone. Now, let's see if these things were sharp. If these things can be clubbing weapons like two hammers, what about two pointy stuff and a long pointy stuff in the end? Now these may be a bit too long, so it's basically just like a yari, the one is a sukiari, the one looks like a moon, except I don't have the sharp part. So let's imagine that. It was gonna remind me of a mob, But anything can be a weapon. So I make carry the weapon. So imagine this armor here as a weapon. I may be able to carry the weapon like that. I might twist it here, twist it there. And let's say I have a pointy stuff here, so after I took down his weapon, I tear him apart like that. So let's see how much damage this does. Let's hit it with the blunt side. Okay. Sharp side. Yeah, you can see there's like a bunch of dents in here, and if I was in there, I would have huge tum-tums or broken bones. Because I didn't make this a blade, more like a spike nail. Imagine it was a spike nail on three sides. So it could be a blocking weapon. Like if it was there's a extra pointy stuff, it would thrust and it would cut. It actually reminds me like a cross, like Jesus Christ. So yeah, the cross, the spear, maybe the spear of Christ will be a quick weapon. Maybe that'll be a good idea. I think I remember like some kind of Outlast 2 girl who has that kind of weapon. It has a weapon like this in the cross and then he kills people like that. Anyways, yeah. It is a good hitting, blocking, or thrusting weapon. Especially during him with Lawrence. Now I got one more experiment to do. It's basically now it's just like a mop or like a satellite dish. But imagine it's just more blunt weapons. Or even better, a sasumata, kind of like a sasumata, the man catcher. It's mostly used by cops, so you catch the man here. So it's basically like a sasumata. Now, I'm not experienced with the sasumata, but it's basically like spiriting. Also, you have this part, which is blunt. Like I said, physics. Something physicky, power transfer. I'm sorry, I'm not that smart. Yeah, I think it's due to the transfer of power. May hit second person, and it can also catch the enemy. Like for example, he has a weapon. I may catch him, and then like disables him. But also, everybody knows the sasumata is used for like catching prisoners. So examples like if he's charging right at me, I could just push like that. So this is in my hand, so boom, he's immobilized. But you should have more like 2 or 3 people using this, I think it's a good weapon to catch criminals like that. You can also use this for examples like the back in here. So let's just imagine this was turn around, right? You can use this to hook enemy legs, and most importantly, after you hook, you can hit him like that. You like imagine if I like hook his leg and then just beat him down there. So hook, he falls down, and then I bashed him in the skull or something. So I have no experience much with the spear, but I do have experience with bayonets. This is probably the same. So I came with a sweep, a hook, a pull down, and then boom, knockout. So yeah, it reminds me of the Sasumata. The damage is obviously pretty the same. For example, let's go here. Yeah. It just creates huge blunts in my armor. So anyways, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it about this video. Well, I don't know if this is Samurai Week or just weird improvised weapons week, but this thing reminds me of so many yari. Specifically, this one looks like a Sasumata, if I had longer prongs. So if you want a self-defense weapon or like fantasy weapons, you can have that. This is a bludgeoning, catching, like trapping, and then catching. It's a good weapon to have. I'm pretty sure I would definitely edit some photos in here somewhere if I was a good editor though. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it about this. Samurai Week will continue on. I think was the first Samurai Week was I don't know, I forgot honestly. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna continue on working on my samurai armor. But that's all things I want to educate about yari. Obviously, the Japanese did not, just use swords. They used yari and spears and everything. And they were also creative with their weapons. Just, some like ninjas were also creative with weapons. Like I literally did this just right now, right in front of your faces. So it's literally a hook weapon. Pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna continue working on my armor stand. So I guess today's lesson is creativity of weaponry and also Japanese spears. Pretty cool. Now, I guess that's about it. See ya.